Welcome to Three Men and a Movie, brought to you by 3TV. Today we actually went our separate ways and watched three different movies. So
it's the best decision we ever made.
Right? So we're going to give you a movie recap of three different movies you could possibly see this weekend.
Okay, I saw Killing of a Sacred Deer. Plot, real simple, is there's a teenage kid whose father is killed or is dead at the beginning of the film. And
can he be killed and dead?
It's
either or. He was killed or dead.
Well, you know, that's actually part of the question of the film, where you're not quite sure what happened to the dad. You have some insinuations in the character's dialogue, but there's nothing real clear until the end what exactly happened to the father, and that kind of has an implication into the plot itself. He develops a relationship with a surgeon who apparently knew his father, and is sort of playing like a father figure role in the kid's life. So they develop sort of a secret relationship where his own family, the surgeon's family, doesn't know about this teenage kid until he brings him in sort of into his life. And the kid starts to show like a creepy side to him, almost like an obsessive side to him, where he sees this father figure, surgeon guy, as more than just a friend. And the story really unfolds after that. I'm torn. I'm not sure if I want to recommend it or not, because
there were no deer.
Yeah, there were no deer.
There were no sacred deer.
There were no deer. Actually, it's in reference to an old Greek myth, which is why the title of the movie. But really, there are no deer, and it could be a metaphor, it could be an analogy or a reference point. But ultimately, it's billed as a psychological thriller, and it's more of a philosophical discussion what the film really is. So you go in thinking, okay, you're going to get some payoff. There's going to be some scenes where there's going to be some suspense, and someone's going to, die, or something's going to happen, and really there is no climactic point other than the scenes right before the end of the movie. But you're left expecting and feeling like you're in need of something else. And the film ultimately plays out as an art film that has some psychological elements to it, but mostly it's a philosophical argument. Like if you're going to college and you take a philosophy class, whatever they put on the first day of class, like what would you do, if you had to make a choice between this and that, and then you have a whole discussion about it during the class. That's kind of what the film is like.
And there's no ultimate conclusion?
They go in one direction, but I don't want to reveal what that direction is, because that is that one point in the film that actually, creates some excitement and something actually happens. But the premise is, does the dad make the choice to save his family, or does he take the selfish way out and save himself? And that's kind of what the discussion is about in that film. So I would not recommend it to everybody, although if you are sort of an artsy-fartsy kind of person.
Or like a super, like a movie buff,
Yeah, or a film major, or someone who is studying film or theory or whatever it is, then maybe, or philosophy major as well. But for the regular moviegoer like ourselves, it's a little too deep for its own good. And that's kind of my response.
So I watched All the Money in the World, which is the story of the Getty family and how J.P. Getty's grandson was kidnapped and held for ransom, and how that old rich bastard didn't want to pay. It was really awesome because it was set in it starts out in 1971, and they bring the film in black and white to really give you that kind of 70s feel to the movie, and then they kind of slowly transition it into color, and I kind of like the way they introed that, because it gave it that real 70s feel, so kind of got you in the right setting. And it was definitely action, adventure, kept you on the edge of your seat, trying to figure out what was going to happen next. Were they going to capture them? And there's some twists and turns along the way that, is really amazing. I just thought it was a museum, but it's kind of amazing to figure out where all of the art at the museum actually came from. So it was really awesome movie. I definitely recommend it.
Yeah. Well, I actually have questions about your movies, though.
Okay.
All right.
Do ask.
Without revealing too much about yours, because that's also one that I'm interested in.
You should see it.
Okay. Thanks. I'll go and I'll watch this episode later and see what you said. But what is the the biggest conflict there? I mean, I know what the plot is, and you mentioned that already. He doesn't want to pay, but what is keeping him from paying the money for his? You said his nephew or his grandson? Grandson. Or is that too much of a reveal?
That's too much of a reveal because there's whole plot twists around all of that.
I see.
And that's what the whole movie's plot twist around is why he won't pay.
They were just because like, oh, I don't want.
I mean, there's at points where you're going, oh yeah, he probably shouldn't pay, and then there's points where you're going, wow, he's a sick, twisted old bastard.
All right.
And you know that's the whole plot twist and the whole shaking up of the movie. So.
Do they do a good enough part of establishing what his character is supposed to be, or do they leave that ambiguous as where you're not sure if you like the guy or not?
No, you pretty much know throughout the whole thing that you hate him.
Okay.
he's a hateable guy.
What about the grandson? Does he have some redeeming qualities, or is he also a split?
No. I mean, for the most part, you love the grandson, and you feel bad that his grandfather's not saving him, that he's not paying. That how could he have all the money in the world and not give a small sliver?
Yeah. But that question is,
it's like if our grandson was kidnapped and the ransom was $100 and we're like, hell no, I'm not paying $100. Like that's how much 17 million is for this guy. Yeah. And so of course it's more interesting when it's 17 million. But that's the whole premise of the movie is why he won't pay and it does a great job of taking you on twists and turns with that theme and twists and turns with the kidnappers and
okay, cool.
It's a great film. What did you watch?
I saw Jumanji, and I would recommend that to anybody. I had lower expectancies of the movie until I saw it. Dwayne Johnson has so much range. It's crazy. He could do super serious. He could be super goofy, or it could be like right in the middle. Him and Kevin Hart have like really great chemistry. I can see why they're doing so much movies together. But I believe Jack Black took the cake in that. Jack Black was so good in that, and I haven't seen Jack Black that good for a while. He just did too many movies, so seeing him again was really refreshing and stuff. So that was pretty awesome. And I actually like that they paid a little homage to Robin Williams' character as Alan Parrish. So they had like a little piece in there, so that was kind of cool. But as far as the movie itself, it was a good ride. It was real action. It was funny. Saw one of my buddies there getting beat up and stuff, so that was cool.
Yeah. I have a question about your movie. Does it sort of parallel the original Jumanji, the way that the plot develops, or does it take a whole completely different approach?
It's completely different. Because, the other was a board game, everything is coming to life in the real world, pretty much. It's, they kind of like changed, they kind of changed it for the new type of people watching it, Yeah. So he even does it in an actual movie.
They go into an Xbox.
Yeah, so to make it more suitable for, kids this age to relate to it, So
it's a video game?
Yeah, but it actually sort of changes to a video game. So it actually gives a story to it, like how it became a video game all of a sudden. So it actually explains that. So it's kind of cool.
All right, gentlemen. Well, that's our take of the 3 films that we watched individually this week. Jumanji,
All the Money in the World,
and The Killing of Sacred Deer.
With no deer.
With no deer? So if you're interested in either one of those, obviously let us know in the comments what you think. And this has been another episode of 3 Men
and